Hi everyone, I'm Sophia Haber Brock. Today I'm joined by Abbi Passarella, a student manager on the Fairfield women's basketball team. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Of course.
I'm excited to get to chat with you. I know we just chatted a little bit, but congratulations on an incredible season. It's so cool to watch how well the women are doing this season, and I bet it's so exciting to be a part of the team, and I would love to get to know what your role is on the team and just how it's been this season. It's been amazing. So why did you decide to become a student manager?
So I decided to become a student manager because last school year, for my freshman year, I had a hard school year. I just never really found something on campus that I really wanted to do. I joined clubs, I went to meetings and stuff, I joined friend groups and stuff, but I never really found something that felt like it was mine, it was something meant for me. So then over this past summer, the women's basketball team had posted on their Instagram that they were looking for student managers. So I had managed basketball my 3 years of high school. So I had managed basketball, and I was just like, you know what? I have an idea of what it's like, so maybe I'll try and do it for the college team. So I reached out, and within 10 minutes of emailing them, they emailed me back saying, we would love to get to know you, get to meet you in person, and have a little interview. So then I met with Alex McKinnon, the director of operations, and Aislinn Flynn, the GA they have. And within 20 minutes of our interview, they were like, so basically we want you to be a student manager. You can start tomorrow, come to practice, meet the players, meet the coaches, all this kind of stuff. And the rest has been history.
Oh, that's so cool that they just threw you in there. I know we talked a little bit about it before we started too, but that's awesome that they just welcomed you so quickly.
Yeah, I told them I had that my dream is to end up in the world of sports. So I think I told them how I kind of want to get experience now and how I'm excited and eager and want to get involved, and they were I think that really set them off, and they were okay, we want her part of our team.
Yeah, definitely. So when you want to get involved, what you mean by getting involved in the world of sports, do you want to in basketball, you want to be a professional manager, or
so I haven't really decided where in the world of sports I want to end up, but as of right now I'm thinking of somewhere along the lines of behind the scenes of a team, whether it's in the social media department or in a marketing department, or even if it's in a management department. My ultimate goal in life would be to own a sports team, but that's something that one in a billion people get, so I doubt that would ever happen, but
maybe, you never know.
You never know. So that would be that's the desired end goal, but anywhere in the world of sports, I'd be happy, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. What is your favorite sport? Basketball, or?
I'm a big hockey girl, so I'm from New Jersey, so I am not a Devils fan, I'm a Rangers fan, so big time Rangers fans. I love watching them. I've gone to games growing up, so I just love hockey, but I've also recently gotten more into NBA and stuff like that, so also MLB, baseball too, but I think hockey's my go-to.
Yeah. Wait, what part of New Jersey are you from?
I'm from Morristown, so it's northern Jersey.
Oh, okay. So I'm from Monmouth County, so it's more south.
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll tell the cameras, me and Abbi are on the same intramural softball team, so we have mutual friends, so that's kind of how I got her on the podcast. But yeah, that's so cool. That's it's so cool that you're continuing your because I know you said you had experience in high school managing, so this is perfect that you're, especially it's such a level up being on this incredible team. Oh my God, talk about the season a little bit. How has it been for you to be on this team?
It's been incredible to watch from the sidelines. Honestly, from the start of when I joined the team, so obviously the team had started practicing in June 18th is when they started their practice over the summer, and they had built that chemistry up over the summer and everything. So when I came onto the team, they had already built that connection. There was that sense of family. So I kind of, felt like that little odd man out. But over time, I got involved with the team more and everything. Well, and just watching from the sidelines, this team, in practice, they bounce off each other's energy, they hype each other up, they're making sure that if one person's having a down day, everyone's trying to bring that person up, including the coaching staff. This season was one of our first games. Nelly had said we're making a statement this year, we're making history, or this is our statement year, and they've held true to that the entire season. They made a statement. They went into the season saying, we want to be number one, we want to hold the number one team, we want everyone to fear us, and they did just that. They won the regular season championship, they won the MAC tournament, and now tomorrow we leave for the NCAA tournament against Indiana, so that's huge for us.
Yeah.
Especially for the coaching staff. It's their second year as the coaching staff, so I feel that's not something you really hear of. Like you hear it like in like the Big Ten or like the SEC where these big teams who have like a lot of money and all this stuff, like who are able to like make the best of the team and everything like that in their second year. Whereas like a mid-major school like us, you don't really hear of it, and you just hear like more along this like shorter line of like, oh, maybe like in 5 years they get a MAC tournament or they get a MAC champion, something like that. But this entire season has just been incredible to watch. I've been to almost every game. I missed 2 games over spring break, but that was spring break. Yeah. But I've been to every single game since, and just to watch this team's dynamic. Like obviously we had an almost perfect season. We went 31-1. We were undefeated in conference play. Wow. And the only loss we had was by 3 points to Vanderbilt, which was insane to watch. But to watch the team have really good games and still win, and have really bad games and still win. Like there were some days where we did not play like Fairfield. We did not play like the team that they had built up so hard. And it showed. Like there was days where like the coaching staff would be like, you guys did not play your best, but we can learn from a win. They were like, we'd rather win from a learn from a win than learn from a loss. And that was like the mentality they had all season. Like learn from what we do. And the coaching staff told us every day, like after a win, like they're like, enjoy it till midnight, but then tomorrow reset. We're like, stay hungry, stay humble. Like they kept that mindset, and that's, I think, what really drove the team to having an incredible season this year. Yeah, that's amazing. Like it's so cool that their dynamic, like the coaching dynamic and the team dynamic, was so strong that they were the underdogs. Like last season, I mean, they didn't have like the best season. I don't know exactly what it was. I think it was like 15-15, but I might be wrong. But and then coming into the season, they were predicted to be 3rd in the MAC. That's crazy. And just for the team to come out on top and like work so hard for everything that they've put into this, it just really like it just pays off. Like the amount of joy and like tears and hard work that went into this team is insane. Wow. Just for something like, even something as little as like a win the first time we played. Like that was huge for us. Starting off the season like 1-0, like that was huge. And then going to, I think we were 1-1, or I think we lost our second game, or we lost our third game, and then we were like 2-1. So like we had that loss under our belt, and it was just a little sad to have a loss. But then we said, okay, you know what? We're gonna learn from this loss and come back from this. And then we went on a 29-30 game winning streak. I think it was 29. That's amazing. That's so cool. Yeah, and it's awesome that even just during the game this year, like even late to the season, you could see how strong that dynamic is, and like you could see how hard they work. Like it really like means that they're exuding that, like all of the players are so selfless, like on and off the court. They always put each other first. Like when it's like they're going to take a shot, if they don't have the shot, they'll pass it to someone else who does have the shot. They have passed it to someone who think they can take the shot. Like they want to build off of each other. So they build that energy up in practice, and that plays off in the game. So they always make sure that like if they can't take the shot, someone else will take the shot. Or if they feel like they know someone else can take the shot, they'll pass it to them, or they'll like bring that energy, and it's just truly incredible to watch. Yeah, that's awesome. And so can you talk about your role on the team? Like what, as a student manager, what do you do? My role as a student manager is I will go to practice probably. Right now, during the regular season, it was 4 days a week we'd go to practice. So we sit there and we do the scoreboard, like for the different drills they have. So we'll do like put the time on the clock, do shot clock. We'll keep track of the points, keep track of turnovers, fill water bottles, grab towels. If someone like falls on the ground, we help clean up the floor because obviously they're sweaty and you don't want the wet ground. We'll do like one day, me and Grace, another manager, we cleaned out like their locker, like not the locker, but the storage locker, and we organized everything. If coaches need something from their room, I'll run and grab it. Or if they need something from another building, I'll run and grab it. Like I'm basically just like, if they need something done, they'll ask me and I'll go and do it. Yeah. But during games and like game days, it's I help load the bus, help pack jerseys, make sure everyone has like their shoes, stuff like that. My nickname on the bus is the bus mom. So we have the same driver. His name is Brian. We've had him pretty much the whole season. And during games, I'm in charge of like taking care of the post-game meal. So that gets delivered to the bus. I put it in everyone's seat, so everyone has a designated seat. So over time, you kind of learn where everyone sits. So you put everyone's food there. And the bus driver just goes, wow, bus mom, like you kill it, like every single time.
That's so cute.
And then on the bench, I take care of like towels. I help Kayla, our athletic trainer, with water bottles. I help with the stool during timeouts. Again, if coaches need me to run and grab something mid-game, I'll run and grab it. Like I'm basically the little mouse that runs everywhere that needs to be run. Like if they need me to do something, I'm on it. If they need me to,
everywhere.
Exactly.
That's super cool. Is there any like specific team member that has like a little thing that like do you know off the top of your head like that you like do special for them? Is that
so during game day, so every player has their own towel, and we always, so Kay came up with this idea. I don't even know how long ago she came up with this idea, but she puts tape around the towel so we know each player has like their own individual towel. And that's kind of one thing. So they always know their towels and stuff like that. Everyone has different pregame rituals. So like that's kind of something I know off the top of my head. I can't say like one designated thing that like I know. Like on the bus rides to places, everyone likes to listen to music on their own, or like they'll play games, or like when we went to Niagara, we were on a bus for 6 hours. So like there was a lot of games, and then on our way back we were on the bus for 12 hours. So that was
12. Why?
Yeah, we got stuck in a snowstorm. So
oh my god,
yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, we got stuck in a snowstorm for a few hours, and then our bus stopped working at one point.
Oh my god,
we had to wait.
What did the bus mom do? Like what did you do? That's kind of
bus
crazy.
Mom was freaking out. Bus mom did not know what to do in that situation. But we had to wait for another driver to come because the drivers can only drive for a certain amount of time. So then we had to wait for another driver to come, and then we got on the road, and then our bus stopped working.
Oh my gosh,
and
one thing after the next.
I know. And we were just like, it was like already like 3 a.m. We're like, we just want to get back to campus. We didn't get back until like 3:30 in the morning that day. Or like we had loaded the bus at 3 p.m, and we didn't get back until like 3:45 in the morning, and that was just
oh my gosh,
insane.
That's crazy. So you're talking about the teammates have pregame rituals. Do you have any pregame rituals, like you and the other student managers?
So for every game that I've been to, I do a specific order of stuff. So our warm-ups start an hour before the game time. So say game's at 2, warm-ups start at 1. I usually arrive around like 12:30, 12:15, 12:30. So to give myself some little grace time, so I always bring my backpack. I always fix my hair. So I always wear a ribbon in my hair on game days because when my mom watches or like my parents watch on TV and like say my back's like facing the cameras, they can tell it's me because of my ribbon.
Oh, that's so smart. Oh my gosh.
It's something I do, and that's one of my game day rituals is putting my ribbon in my hair before the game, dropping my backpack off in the little like coaching room we have, and then I'll run to the athletic room, grab the towels so I can start taping them, say hi to the players who are getting taped and everything like that. Then sometimes I pop in my AirPods, not always, because sometimes DJ Tristan will be playing some banger tunes.
Right, DJ Tristan.
So sometimes I'll be listening to that or just listening to my own music, and then I just tape the towels. And then another thing I do is on tape I write down the officials and refs' names. So the coach Carly has those, so I stick them on the side. I do those, and then after that it's filling water bottles, making sure no one left anything in the locker room, and then grabbing the stool from our little closet. And yeah, that's pretty much my game day ritual. And then
you have like a little checklist that you check off
mentally. So over some time, like over the first like couple of games, it took me a little time to get into this rhythm, but going to every single game like twice, 3 times, sometimes 3 times a week was just like, you know what, you get into the habit of things.
I bet. And you were talking about your family, like with the ribbon, what's their opinion on like the success of the team? Like how do they feel?
My mom is probably one of the Fairfield women's basketball team's biggest supporters. So
really?
At first they were very unsure of me joining, like being a manager, because one, they want my academics to come first, which I completely get. Sure. And they didn't want me getting distracted by this. But over time they see like how much like I actually enjoy doing it and how much love and passion I have for this team.
Yeah.
And they tell me like how proud of me they are, how proud of the team they are. And they just said to like hear it from my perspective of how the team's doing, and then to watch it like the outcome on TV and here on ESPN, and they just like, it's truly incredible. They're astonished by it.
Yeah. It's amazing. And I feel like since with your interests, like you wanting to go into like sports management or something, like it's perfect for you, you know?
Yeah.
And it's using your prior experience, and like I guess it does make sense with like the balance between school, but you're slaying. Like, and also this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity.
No, that's
why
I was just on the phone with my dad the other day, and he was telling me, he was like, this is right before we won the championship, and he was on the phone with me. He's like, win or lose, just remember that this is a once in a lifetime opportunity that you are here in you're there in Atlantic City and you're experiencing this. Because he's like, this is a guaranteed right now, but you don't know this is a guaranteed next year. So like take this opportunity to enjoy it to its full. And I just remember when like the final buzzer went off and the whole team won, I just thought in my head, like, my gosh, my dad is right. Like I need to enjoy this right here and the now. And it was incredible. It's just crazy.
Oh my gosh, that's so, oh my, getting like chills, like goosebumps thinking about that. That's so cool. Oh my gosh. And like, yeah, just like being present and in the moment, like that's so important. And like, I feel like it's just so inspiring, like the coaches' words and like their mentality of like you were telling me before about like, if you have a win, like celebrate it that night, but then the next, like when it hits
the next
midnight,
day restart.
Yeah.
So when it hits midnight, restart the next day. Cause
you're
not like, you don't need to worry about the past. Like the past has happened. You don't want to worry about the future, worry about like the now. And that's like one of the things that the coaches like really like put on the team is don't worry about our game next week. Like don't worry about that game next week. Worry about today. Worry about today's practice. Worry about how you're playing today. Don't worry about how you're going to play tomorrow. Just don't worry about how you played yesterday. Like you may have had a really bad day yesterday. Play better today. And they're always about like staying in the now and like focusing on that.
Wow. That's awesome. It's so inspiring. It's super cool. And like you just like, even you talking about it, you're like so excited talking about it. Like you could tell how genuine and like awesome. Like that's so awesome.
It's because this team, I like tell all my friends, they're like, why do you like if you don't really like get anything out of it, it's like, why do it? I'm like, because I love this team. This team has become my family. Like whether they want to accept the fact that they're my family, they are my family. Because I spend almost every single day with them, hours, like 2 to 3 hours a day with them. Like even if I see them in passing, it's always like, hey, how you doing? Like some of these players have like nicknames for me that like no one else calls me. So like they've become my family, and like the amount of love I have for each and every individual on that team is just insane. And I love talking about them, whether it's talking about their success or talking about how they're doing. Like it doesn't matter that I'm like part of this team. The fact that I get to call like this team my family and like show them off to everyone I know, like it's just so fun to do.
Oh, that's so great. And like in hearing the story of like that first time in Nashville when you met them and you were like kind of uncomfortable, and then like now at the end of the season, like where you're like so close, like that's so cool.
The whole Nashville trip, that was crazy because we had 2 games in Nashville, and when I got asked if I wanted to travel with the team, I was like genuinely shocked because I was like, you guys want me, like a brand new manager, to travel with you? And they were like, absolutely. Like, we love like your enthusiasm, and we think you'd be like a great person to travel with.
That's awesome.
So like, obviously, like I explained earlier, like I was like very, not anxious, but I was a little like awkward being there because obviously I was still new to the team, didn't really know the players as much, didn't really know the coaching staff. And so when we went out on like Broadway one night, we went line dancing, and like all the players were like getting me involved. They were like hyping me up, like I was hyping them up, like. And then the next day we went shopping downtown, and like a bunch of the players asked me if I wanted to go, and it's just like little things like that. Like I knew like I was kind of set with the team. But
that's super cool. And
even now, like on Saturday when we won the championship, the most surreal thing was to hear my name announced over like the loudspeaker. So they announced like that. I just hear because they were handing out the trophies and like the boxes for our rings, and I just hear student manager Abbi Passarella, and I was just like, I like looked around at the team, and I was like, did they just say my name? And they're like, go, and I'm like, oh my god, like that was just the most surreal thing because obviously, yes, being a student manager, like I'm part of the team, but at the same time, I'm not like a coaching staff. I'm not a player. So like, it's also it's like a little like, I'm trying to think. I can't think of the word, but
I know what you mean.
It's just like you don't feel like you're part of the team, but you know you are. And then in that moment, I was like, okay, maybe I am like actually part of this team. Like I have helped done something here, and
you're part of the puzzle. Like everyone's important. You know, everyone makes their contribution. Like
everyone does, and just to hear like that, and then go up on a ladder and cut the net down in front of however many thousand people were there. It was just surreal, and it's just
oh my gosh.
I still like relive that moment in my head every day. Like it's just like I'm so grateful to have had this experience, and like so grateful for the coaching staff to give me this opportunity and everything. And even the team, like they could have said like, oh, we don't like that manager, we don't want her in here anymore. But no, they all like grew a love for me, and I grew a love for them, and it's just I would never change it for the world.
Oh, well, you're so good at talk. You're such a good guest. This is so great. You're so like inspiring. Like, this is so awesome. And I'm so excited for you to go on. So you're going tomorrow to Indiana.
Yeah, we leave tomorrow for Indiana. We have practice in the morning, and then after we leave for Westchester Airport, and then we fly to Indiana.
Whoa, that's so cool. Are you excited to go?
I'm excited. I'm also a little nervous because obviously if you look at us, we're the 13th seed going against, I think it's the 4th seed.
Yeah.
And everywhere you look, the odds are predicted against us. So like no one. I saw like one source has us losing by 2 points, and then ESPN has us losing at we have a 3% chance of winning. So it's like no one really has hope in us, but like me being part of this team, I have huge hope for us. I'm like, we're going to go into this and we're going to play our hearts out. Whether win or lose, I'm going to be proud of this team. Yeah. And you were the underdogs before. You never know. Like, it's March Madness. Anything can happen. Like, just because we're the 13th seed, don't let that fool you. Like, we're going to go into this hard-headed. So, Indiana, you better watch out. Yeah, true. We'll see what happens. Yes. Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited for you to go. That's going to be amazing. I hope you have a amazing trip. And, that's so cool. I'm excited to hear about it afterwards. I will definitely keep you updated about it afterwards. Definitely. But yeah, thanks so much for talking to me. This is awesome. Of so course. Cool to learn about your experience, and like it's awesome to hear you talk about it too. Like I could hear your like energy in your voice about it. It's like so cool. I will tell anyone every day, any day, whoever will listen about this basketball team, I will tell them, whether it's a teacher, a friend, family, a random stranger I meet downtown, I will tell someone about it, because at the end of this day, this team has worked so hard to get their name out there, and we're currently ranked 25th in the nation, which is insane for us. That's so cool. That's just another accomplishment on top of this team has accomplished. And I just wholeheartedly believe that everyone in this country deserves to know the name Fairfield University. The women's basketball team, the women's Dags, like their name deserves to be shared throughout this country. And it's going to be. Definitely. Okay, yeah, thanks so much. Of course.